The round barn, built with this distinctive shape in the hopes that it would protect it from storm damage. It is now more than 120 years old, so I guess it worked. Built in 1898 by a man with the unfortunate name of William H. Odor. No, I am not making that up. It has truly withstood the test of time. Meanwhile, just a few hundred yards away, sits the world's largest soda bottle here at Pop. Built in 2007, a much more recent vintage. This gargantuan Pop bottle is 66 feet tall. Because just like the round barn, it sits right by the side of Route 66. That's right, we're back on the Mother Road. For those of you who watched my long Route 66 series from LA to Chicago and back, you may remember Pop's as the place that sells all those weird sodas. Like the ranch dressing one I had last time. Ugh, never again. Anyway, the point of showing you all this is just to say that whether it's an 1898 barn or a 2007 giant soda bottle, Route 66 has plenty of things to see, and they keep adding more. Later today, I'm hoping to see a brand new Route 66 roadside attraction, but along the way, there are plenty of other classic stops to check out. Here we have the remains, the ruins of an early Route 66 gas station, one of the first in this area of Oklahoma. And according to Mr. Sam, who greets visitors at the round barn and is 90-something years old and owns this place, the guys running this filling station on the side of the highway back in the 1930s and 40s decided that selling gasoline wasn't making them enough money, so they built a secret room back here through this window and started printing their own, which led to them getting in a little bit of trouble and the closing of this old Conoco filling station. Man, check out the way this place used to look back in the day. Simple stone and some concrete for construction. There wasn't even electricity out here. Everything inside was lit by kerosene lamps. The gas pumps were all operated by gravity. Truly a piece of epic American history right here. There's no such thing as stopping at a place like this too many times. Speaking of American history, how about the old Threat filling station? Possibly the earliest African American owned and operated business of its kind in this area of the highway. Built by Alan Threat when segregation was really going strong. This is another very important piece of American history. This place matters indeed. Oh man, it feels so good to be back here. California may be where I hang my hat, but sometimes I feel like my heart belongs to the open road. It's a shame to pass through this area so quickly. Last time I spent 2 or 3 days covering the same amount of miles. There are just so many epic Route 66 sights to see. Oklahoma's got a lot of the best stuff. People here really keep the spirit of Route 66 alive. Take, for example, the great town of Stroud. For more than 100 years, this town has stood strong. Even devastating tornadoes in 1999 that wiped out a number of businesses and most of the jobs couldn't kill this Route 66 gem. Probably most famously, it's home to the Rock Cafe. Itself once devastated by fire, but again rebuilt and reopened to serve customers along the Mother Road. And Don Welch, the proprietor, even served as the inspiration for the character Sally in the movie Cars. Wow, that's a lot of survival stories for one town, which might be one of the reasons that even the extraterrestrials like to visit this place. Oh, I can't help myself. I've got to do. Whoa!
Hey, how about a little privacy here?
I'm sorry about that, sir. Ooh, yeah, never disturb an extraterrestrial that's using the toilet. It's just rude. Man, can you see why last time it took me a couple of months to go down Route 66? It's just so hard not to stop and look at every detail. We've got to push this rented 2019 Toyota RAV4 farther down the highway. All right, we've made it back to Sapulpa, the town of many, many murals. That's a heck of a lot of fun to say, Sapulpa. This town is so weird because they actually blast music downtown. I don't know if you can hear Chuck Berry in the background. It's the only town I know that's playing a soundtrack. This town has also got some serious automotive history lovers. I've never seen this place open to the public, but somebody very lovingly restored this old Gulf filling station here, complete with vintage signs and vintage gas pumps, even a vintage Pepsi machine. Now this particular place may not be open to the public, but luckily there's another place for automobile lovers in Sapulpa that is. is? The heart of Route 66 Auto Museum. Now, technically, it's closed today, and we've been here before. But since the last time we were here, they have added something epic. Something we can look at even when the museum is closed. Feast your eyes on this. Would you look at the size of that gas pump? It's the biggest gas pump in the world. Last time I almost passed right by this museum because I barely could see the sign, and it looks like they fixed that problem. This new sign is gargantuan. Oh my God. They only finished this thing 1 year ago. When I tell you, Route 66 is alive and well. People are still building crazy roadside wonders to drag adventure seekers and curious onlookers off the road. Oh yeah, man, I am a fan of that. Now, just like the Pops bottle, this gas pump is supposedly 66 feet high. In honor, of course, of Route 66, which is right over there. I believe the original plan was to have people be able to go up the stairs and go hang out up there. But I think they changed their minds. Maybe the fumes would have been too much for people. Wow, that is a thing of beauty. A brand new Route 66 roadside attraction. Epic, and hopefully it's not the only one we're gonna see today. The next one I'm aiming for is something not quite as big, but just as awesome, and it supposedly got my name on it. So as much as I love looking at this thing, it is time for us to gas up and head on out of Sapulpa. Such a cool place, although it can be quite puzzling at times, huh? Weird, I don't know what that's for, so I'm just gonna leave that right there. All right, let's saddle up, muchachos and muchachas, because we're about to make our final push from Sapulpa to Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're cruising now from the country into the big city, and we've made it. We've come to one of the wonders of the Mother Road. Just east of downtown Tulsa is this, the world-famous Meadow Gold sign. Part of the Meadow Gold District and one of Route 66's starring attractions in Tulsa. Wow, look at the size of it. This epic neon sign was built in 1934, and even though the original building it stood on was demolished back in 2004, it was such a beloved Route 66 and Tulsa, Oklahoma icon. They moved the entire thing several blocks down and created this little traveler's refuge here so that the Meadow Gold sign can still stand sentinel over Route 66 the way it has for pretty darn close to 90 years. Another incredible Route 66 survival story. Last time I was here, I was in such a hurry, I didn't have time to stop and admire the Meadow Gold sign properly. So I'm super happy I get to make up for it now, but knowing that this sign was advertising a brand of milk, I've got to tell you, it is making me incredibly thirsty. Anyway, the Meadow Gold sign has been a Route 66 icon for literally generations. So what better place to open a brand new Route 66 attraction than right in the shadow of a legend? Just across the street, almost in the shadow of the Meadow Gold sign, is Route 66's newest icon. Behold the latest and greatest attraction, Buck Adams. Would you look at the size of that space cowboy? Oh my gosh, I am so excited to be here. Inside of this historic 1950s Pemco gas station, that's P-E-M-C-O. Only 1 year ago, local entrepreneur Mary Beth Babcock opened a Buck Adams Cosmic Curios, selling all kinds of epic and unique Route 66 souvenirs, most featuring Mary Beth's new creation, Buck Adams. This is so awesome. Just 2 years ago when I did the whole Route 66 back and forth, this store wasn't even here, and within 1 year, they've already managed to convert their mascot into giant roadside attraction form. And it is the perfect Route 66 character. Think about it, a space cowboy. You got the old Western Oklahoma history mixed with the space age classic 1950s Route 66 vibe. Even when Buck Adams was just a logo on a t-shirt, I would have been a huge fan. But adding another Route 66 giant to the equation, oh man, that just puts it over the top. This is so freaking awesome. A restored 1950s gas station with a restored and upgraded muffler, man. It can't get much cooler than that. Oh wait, it can! It turns out that when I wasn't paying attention, fans and friends of the show, members of the Facebook group, the Sometimes Mob, a little Random Land Appreciation Society, a little positivity group, pooled their resources and pitched in to purchase a commemorative brick. And now, right behind Buck Adams' left foot is the coolest present anyone has ever given me. A brick they dedicated to me and to Random Land. My name is now right here on Route 66. It's part of an epic roadside attraction. It's the greatest brick in the world. Mwah! This is unbelievable. I would like to give everyone who pitched in for this my most sincere and heartfelt thanks. This is awesome. We're part of it now. Part of the newest attraction on Route 66. And when I say new, I mean brand spanking new. The store is only a year old, and this gigantic roadside wonder was placed here and dedicated less than a week ago, just a couple of days. Vintage gas station, vintage muffler man they may be, but as a roadside wonder, it's brand spanking new. You can almost lick it, but I already kissed the brick, so I think I've done enough. Unfrickin' believable. I am so happy that we made it here, especially in time to do a little shopping, because the stuff in the store is epic. Buck Adam pin, Buck Adam bobblehead, Buck Adam patch. I need all of the things. I would get this robot, but I don't think he'll fit on the plane ride back. Wait, there are smaller robots. I can't help it. I'm buying a robot. Finally, a friend who has to listen to me. In a long history of impulse buys, buying a robot might be the craziest one yet. Especially when I have no clue how in the world I'm gonna get him back home. I couldn't help myself from getting carried away with this giant space cowboy here and this giant wind-up robot pinata. I mean, come on, can you blame me? This place has got everything. Sick merch, awesome murals, locally made delicious popsicles, Route 66 icons. Even Bigfoot is here. I had no idea that Bigfoot was a thing in Oklahoma, but apparently it's true. Even Sasquatch likes to travel on the Mother Road. I have been up and down all of Route 66 a couple of times, and portions of Route 66 dozens and dozens of times. So I know a good stop when I see one, and this is a good stop. Wait a minute, the plot thickens. I just found out a very cool fact.
This is not a restore. This was actually a fresh made one. So they took an old restored one and made a mold and used the mold to make Buck.
What the heck?
So that's kind of awesome.
He's extra brand new. Oh, fresh muffler man. That is so freaking cool. This is Kristen, by the way, who spearheaded the Getting the Brick project. This is the second time she has randomly bumped into me with no notice on Route 66. Weird. That is so cool that this isn't even a vintage muffler man, it's a brand new one. The muffler men are repopulating. That explains how he's able to be so cool and customized. Look at the Oklahoma on his shoulder up there with the little bend in it, marking out Route 66. Now, even with absolutely no context here, Buck would be an awesome sight to see. But it turns out that Buck has a pretty interesting backstory. You see, old Buck here was a rodeo cowboy. Actually, you know what? We should probably let Mary Beth tell you the backstory.
So, Buck Adam, back in the 50s, used to rodeo up and down Route 66. One day, a rocket ship pulled him up into the ether, and he's been zooming back and forth along Route 66 from space. He could tell that Route 66 needed a little bit of help with revitalization, so he spotted this location, and he said, that's the place, and Buck landed right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Route 66 at Buck Adams' Cosmic Curios.
Buck Adams, the hero we need. Dude, this is so awesome. A brand new Route 66 roadside attraction, and we made it. Mission accomplished. Well, from the looks of things, the sun is going to go down pretty darn soon, so before it does, I'm gonna take my leave of Buck Adam here and try to see one more Route 66 roadside wonder before it gets dark. Farewell, Buck Adam. We're now homies for life. I hope he knows that. And this may be our first meeting, but it won't be our last. All right, we'll just cross the highway here. They really need to put a crosswalk in and head just a little further on down the highway. Y'all buckled up there, Rivet? That's his name, unless I can think of a better one later. All right, start the engine and head on down the highway. I hope there's time. Oh, we made it. We're back at one of the greatest roadside wonders of all time. The blue whale of Catoosa. So much yes. Listen, Captain Ahab had his whale, and I've got mine. Only, you know, I don't want to kill mine. I just like looking at him. Ooh, I never came out on the trail and looked at him from this side before. That is gorgeous. It is so cool to be back here, back on Route 66. And although I won't be on the mother road for the entire duration of this trip, I am so thankful that I got to spend a little more time on the mother road, and a little more time with all of you. I think for today, we've done our duty. I'm to hotel and sleep well. Wait a minute. I should have said hotel and sleep whale. No, never mind. That's just silly. Like P-E-M-C-O and bingo was his name, oh.
Whatever, because he can cut it out.
Okay. I'm Mary Beth Babcock from Buck Adams Cosmic Curios on 66 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I'm going to tell you Buck Adams' story.
That's awesome.
Remember, you can get your sick merch at randomland.com. I am Ribbit, Randomland's interactive, very interesting thing. Ribbit, why have you turned me on? Are you my father?
Westside, you saw the filling station, this right here.
Yes.
You did see it. You have to see it because it's not from here to my horse, from the highway. Anyway, that's the first filling station that they built on Route 66 for miles and miles each way. That's what it looks like today. This picture over here is what it looked like up until 1945. These two old boys got into bad trouble. They had to close it down, never to open again. So if you ever have a chance, stop and read the history I have posted on the front. Then you know what kind of trouble they got into. Now, as you're coming from the east, you'll see you see all those beautiful hay fields, just as level as this floor here, but it's full of water though. I'm telling you, we've had more water than we can handle, and I've been stuck twice already. Oh my goodness.